Hey guys, Trainer DC here, coming at you with another video. After the announcement of Pokémon Legends Z-A, I started to think about what new Pokémon, what new forms of old Pokémon could we be getting in this game. With Pokémon Legends Arceus, we actually got a decent amount of new Pokémon, a decent amount of Hisuian forms, and some new forms for older Pokémon as well, such as the origin forms for Dialga and Palkia. And if you actually count it all up, we had a total of 7 brand new Pokémon in Legends Arceus. We had 16 Hisuian forms, not including the White Stripe Basculin, which technically isn't a Hisuian form, but it is a new form, so that makes 17, plus the original 7 that we had, that's 24, plus the Dialga and Palkia origin forms, that's a total of 26 new Pokemon slash new forms in Legends Arceus. So I'm thinking we're going to see something very similar in this game. I'm thinking we'll see 5 to 8 brand new Pokemon. I'm thinking we'll probably see 15 to 20 brand new Mega Evolutions. And lastly, I'm not sure how many of these we're going to get, but I'm thinking we're going to see some new Zygarde forms in this game as well. Probably something for Xerneas and Yveltal too. I don't want to forget about them because I'm sure they'll get something given that they don't have anything. Maybe they'll get Megas, maybe they'll be included in that, who knows. But I think Zygarde is a lock to get new forms, and let me explain why. So right now, if you look at Zygarde, right, what we know about Zygarde is there's a lot of Zygarde cells and Zygarde cores out there within the Kalos region. These cells and cores act to monitor the ecosystem, and they all combine together when there is a threat on Kalos for Zygarde to deal with the issue. We know that the cores and cells are pretty much useless on their own, and you can't actually use them in a battle, but you can use Zygarde in a battle in its 10% form, which looks like a dog, as we all know. You could also use Zygarde in its 50% form if there's a bigger threat, and then you could use it in its complete form, or what's known as its 100% form. If you look at that, from the day we got those forms, I always looked at them and said, that's a little interesting. We got 10%, 50%, and 100%. What about like 25% or 75% or any of the numbers in between 10 and 50 and 100? We never got any other forms for Zygarde, just those 2 additional ones for in-game use. Obviously the cores and cells, like I said, we can't use them, but we just got 2 new forms for Zygarde in Pokemon Sun and Moon, which was obviously thrown in there as an afterthought, given that Pokemon Z or XZ, YZ, X2, Y2, whatever you want to call it, was canceled, and these Zygarde forms had to just be thrown into Sun and Moon just to be put somewhere. So I'm thinking in this game, it would make sense to me if they introduce at least 2, maybe 3 brand new Zygarde forms. And shout out to Subarashi at Mad Zygarde Core on Twitter. They came up with their own ideas for what possible Zygarde forms could look like, and you can see them on screen now. I don't know if we're going to get anything similar to these, but I really do like the 25% and the 75% forms in particular. I also think the crab at 35% is really cool. Same thing with the dinosaur-like one at 85%, but I think something like this is definitely going to happen in Pokemon Legends Z-A. I think we're going to see Zygarde get at least 2 to 3 brand new forms. I don't think they're going to go, making like a perfect Zygarde, so to speak, something more perfect than the complete form, than the 100% form. I think that will still be the top form for Zygarde, its most powerful form, but I just think they're going to fill it in a little bit more, because like I said, it doesn't really make sense why he has a 10% form, a 50% form, and then a 100% form. What happened to like 25%, 30%, maybe 45%, 75%, 60%? There's a lot of numbers between 10, 50, and 100 that weren't explored in the past. I'm not saying they're going to do increments of 10 and we're going to have a 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, and so on, all the way to 100. I don't think they're going to go that far, but I think we'll at least get 2, maybe 3 brand new Zygarde forms in this game. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle Zygarde in this game, because it is the guardian Pokemon of the Kalos region. When the ecosystem goes into disarray, it steps in to make things right and to save the region. So is Zygarde going to be acting as the protector of the region because there's another threat? Maybe the A legendary, like I said in my prior video, which I'll leave a card above to that if you haven't seen it. I think there's going to be a new legendary in the game that's going to be the evil threat. Or maybe Zygarde is even the evil threat. Maybe Zygarde doesn't like the expansion of Lumio City because presumably it's going to ruin part of the ecosystem. When you build a city, you get rid of a forest, essentially. A lot of cities around the world were originally, lush forests with a lot of trees and foliage and flowers and whatnot that were destroyed in order to make these buildings and skyscrapers. So maybe that's what causes Zygarde to act all evil. Maybe it's trying to act against humans, but I think the former is more likely, that there's going to be another evil legendary threat that Zygarde's going to try to stop, and we're going to be assisting in stopping that threat. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about Zygarde's potential in Pokemon Legends Z-A? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see a lot more theories on Pokemon Legends Z-A coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.